Hey guys, it's your boy Magic Matthew doing yet another resin project. Today I was looking through my molds and I realized I bought this skull mold at some point. I'm not sure if how well the camera can pick it up, but this is a skull mold that I bought online. And I thought what I would do is I would put resin in there along with some of this fiberglass. I found this bag of fiberglass, 10 pounds of fiberglass. I believe it was like 25 bucks on Amazon. And for broken glass, that's really a good price. It's called Onyx Black, the color is Onyx Black. So what I did was I just poured some of that glass into this plastic cup. And I don't know if this will show up on camera either, but the glass is black on one side and mirrored on the other. I thought that would be a nice contrast. Nice black skull. All right, so I'm going to get ready to mix my resin together. Feel free to fast forward about 5 minutes because I'm just gonna measure and then stir resin for 4 minutes and tell a random story. Because you guys know I love to talk. I'm using this, I took the top off already. I'm using clear cast epoxy from Alumilite. Same thing I used in the last few videos because it happens to be open. I'm gonna guess that this is gonna take about 6 ounces of resin. I'm gonna do 7 just to be safe. So half of 7 is 3.5. You know that, as I always say, I could actually measure out with water. If you fill up the mold here with water and you measure how much water you put in there, it should take the same amount of resin. I just always forget to do that. When I'm ready to start doing an art project, All right, so that was 3.6 fluid ounces of parts B. Now I'm gonna put in 3.6 ounces of part A, if I can get this cap off. Ooh, the cap was sticky. That's because this part A is getting down there. .5. Yeah, 3.6, okay. And then 3.7 just because I dunked the craft stick in there. All right, now I'm going to just put this down over here. In fact, I'm gonna change this glove. This one got really sticky. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stir parts A and part B together for 4 minutes-ish, just to make sure it's fully combined. I'm gonna tell you a random story while this is going on. I just wanna look at the clock really quick. Okay, so 4 minutes while I stir this. I'm gonna move the scale out of the way. Tonight I went to a birthday party for someone who I had never sort of met. I had seen this guy at karaoke quite a few times. I never really talked to him. Maybe just a hi in passing. But one of his friends invited me to his birthday party. And I have to say, it was amazing. I had such a good time. I got there a little after 7, and I stayed till a little after midnight. And nothing negative happened the whole night. It was so good. I ate a ton of food. A lot of the people that went had made food. People hosting the party had also made a ton of food. And all the food was so good. Everything I ate was delicious. Everyone was super nice and supportive. It was a karaoke birthday party, by the way. So the people who wanted to sing got to sing. Everyone was nice and supportive. No one got blackout drunk and did something really silly. It was really nice. I just hung out and talked to a bunch of new people. I knew a couple people there a little bit, but most of them I didn't know. So I got to meet all these new people, and I'm really grateful. I made cookies too that were really good. I brought a bunch of them home. Just what I need is more calories. But yeah, wait, there's something right there in the resin. It's a little black blob of something. Let me take that, wipe it off on the paper towel over here. Yeah, a little black blob of something in my resin. You know what, now that I'm looking at this, I'm thinking 7 ounces might not be enough. But on the flip side, I am gonna fill this up with glass. So the glass is gonna take up a bunch of the space too. Well, if I don't mix up enough resin, I'll just have to stop the video and mix up a little extra. We'll find that out in a little bit. So anyways, I went to this birthday party. We had a blast singing karaoke. We ate a bunch of food. We played beer pong. Then we went out and made a bonfire in the backyard and ate s'mores, which I love s'mores. They're so tasty. They're also very messy and so sticky. S'mores are delicious, but also kind of messy to eat. And I'm really glad I went. So the other thing that I found interesting was that most of the people there, I want to say, I was just checking the clock really quick. I think it's been about 3 minutes. Most of the people there, I'm going to say, were maybe mid-20s to early 30s. And of course, I just turned 42 this year. So it was interesting for me to hang out with a bunch of whippersnappers, whatever you want to call them. But I also like how open and accepting they were, and how they just let everyone be themselves. And that was really, really a nice thing to see, because you don't see that often in this world. Just a bunch of people hanging out, playing games, singing songs, roasting s'mores. All in all, a beautiful night and a very nice birthday party. And I'm thinking for my next birthday party, maybe I'm gonna have a karaoke themed birthday party, because that was really nice. And I thank them for inviting me sort of by whatever the word is, osmosis, by Kevin Bacon number. I don't know. All right, so I think it's been about 4 minutes. I just checked the clock again. Let me just scrape the sides of the cup, like I always say, scrape the sides of the cup, scrape the stick. Okay, now I'm gonna pour in a healthy amount just to make sure that the top of this thing gets covered. We don't want any of these pieces of broken glass poking through. Okay, so now that there's a pool in the bottom, I'm just gonna load in a bunch of this glass. Can I pour it right from here? Maybe. Maybe if I'm super careful. Yeah. Okay, is that another piece right there? No. Okay, so I poured in some glass. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour in some more resin, and I'm gonna give it a chance to settle, and hopefully that resin sort of drains down into the cracks in between the pieces of glass. That reminds me, my aunt, who I love dearly, who has since passed away, whenever she would eat ice cream or cookies, dessert, she would always say, "Oh, it's okay, it'll fit in the cracks." She would say, "I'm so full, but I could still eat some ice cream because it'll fit in the cracks." Okay. So, I wonder if I kind of massage, if I try to push the glass down. I'm trying to make sure that the resin gets all the way around and through the glass. So that when we unmold this tomorrow, it comes out nice and smooth. Okay, I think I've given that resin a little chance to settle. Let me pour a little bit more glass in here. pour a little more resin in here. All right, I'm thinking I might have enough resin because I wasn't thinking about how the glass is gonna account for a bunch of the space in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this settle for a second. I'm gonna see, I'm looking around on the side here at the mold down here horizontally. Instead of, you guys are looking down vertically at me, I'm looking horizontally. It looks like the glass is all the way to the bottom. It looks like there's resin on the outside. All right, so now we pour a little more resin in. And then one more glass. Sometimes people ask me why I put broken glass in a lot of my art, and I say, because I feel like a whole bunch of shards of broken glass myself. Who doesn't? This world is crazy. It's stupid, and things get crazier and stupider every day. I mean, just to be alive is... to endure a whole bunch of abuse. Alright. I am thinking that I'm just trying to poke this glass down if I can. Pack it down a little bit. Because as the resin sits here, it will self-level and it will drip down between the cracks if there is any. Alright, so I'm thinking no more glass can fit here. I'm not putting too much. So I am getting close to the top of this mold. And then this one, unless I fall asleep again, which might happen because I am exhausted. I did just spend 5 hours at an awesome birthday party. If I remember, and I don't fall asleep that is, I'm gonna come back and torch. Let me give it a quick torch right now. I'm gonna torch that. Yeah, I don't know if that's even gonna do anything. I don't know, the bubbles might be pretty much covered up by the fact that the glass is not black. What did the package call it? Onyx. I think I called it black onyx actually. But yeah, so if I don't fall asleep, I will come back and torch the top of this a few times. If I do fall asleep, well, then if there's any bubbles here, it doesn't really matter because this is gonna be the bottom. Remember, we're making this upside down. So when we unmold it tomorrow, this is gonna be the base that it sits on. So having said that, I do wanna make sure that all the glass is poked down underneath the resin. I'll make sure that the resin comes up above all the glass. There's one little corner of that piece. Oh, there we go. There was a tiny corner of that one piece of glass poking up. Okay, and now I'm looking at it from the side and it looks like it's just about doming. Which means that it's just about full. And this time, I only have a little tiny bit of resin left. So, normally I like to put it in a mold, but there's only a tiny bit. That was a pretty good estimate, Matthew. I see a couple of the bubbles just disappeared. All right, so if I remember and don't fall asleep, I'm gonna come back every 5 minutes and just give that a quick torch like that. And I will move the rest of this glass off to the side to do some other time. And I'll be back in 24 hours. Oh, man. Just smashed my head right into the camera. Sorry about that. I'll be back in 24 hours to unmold this. See you soon. Love you. Hey guys, it's your boy, Matthew. I'm back. It's been about 24 hours. I'm going to unmold this skull. I did fall asleep. I only came back and torched it once or twice. So I can see there's a whole bunch of bubbles right there. But that's okay because once we unmold it, that's gonna be the bottom anyways. No one's gonna see it. So, having said that, let me just let me just he doesn't want this. There we go. Let me just the mold ripped the tiniest bit right off. A little piece of the mold came off. Well, that's okay. I get to show you guys something else that I do sometimes. So I might have torched a little bit too much right there, or the resin just got really hot because I didn't actually torch all that much. It's okay. I'm happy to show you guys some of the follies that go along with being an artist. So, one thing I like to do is right here, I can see it. Sorry about that, I just knocked the chair over I was sitting on. Right here I can see that there's a little bit of extra overflow. One thing you can do is you could just take a scissors. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but there. See, there was this one extra bit of resin, just overflowed a little bit. Now that I cut that off there, that's nice. All right, so now I think I just turned it over and ruined the reveal, but here's the reveal, the big reveal. You know what? Maybe a white background would look better because the skull is black. Let me just grab this piece of poster board over here. This piece of poster board is kind of messy. It needs to be painted on. It needs to be painted over. But here is the skull again. This is the bottom. So right here is where I cut off a little bit of extra overflow. In fact, there's a tiny bit more there. What you can do is you can grab like a nail file if you want. You could file it like that. But it's not sharp at all. So I think I'm just gonna leave this one. It's just again, this is the bottom of the piece, so it's gonna be sitting on the bottom. Here's the eyes, the nose, the teeth. And then you can see it. A whole bunch of the reflective pieces are right there. All right, so then what you do is this would be a good paperweight. I'm not sure how much it weighs. I have to go put it on this bathroom scale, but there we go. What about like, will it sit like that? Not really. I was gonna see if it would sit like that so the camera could pick it up, but not really. So there you have it. A skull of broken glass encased in resin. This is super easy. This is so smooth, so smooth. This rounded part in the back is so smooth. It's like one of those worry beads. You can't stop rounding it. All right, so there you go. Skull of broken glass encased in resin. Let me know how you like this in the comments below.